Accra Indie FilmFest has officially released the list of their jury for this year's event slated for August 4th to 9th. We'll be talking a little bit about what AIF is about in the first place and also delve a little bit about who this jury are in terms of what they do and a little bit about their background. Also, Robert Pattinson is said to be eyeing for a role in the film Dune Messiah, directed by Denis Villeneuve, set to be releasing in the year 2026. So, this is what I have for you in today's episode, episode 14 for the Film Mandate. I am Papa O2, and stay tuned. Welcome back once again for another episode of the Film Mandate. I'm Papa Otu, and I'm so grateful to have you here to joining me as we have this discussion all about talking about movies, both from the international front and the African scene. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would like you to do so by hitting the subscription button. And also, I would like you to leave your comments, your views, your thoughts, any ideas whatsoever in the comment section. And then I will reply you so that we can have a conversation. It shouldn't be a one-way affair. It should be a conversation. And I'll really appreciate you very much if you send in your comments and then we can have conversation about films going. So let's start with the very first story. And the first story is about AIF, that is the Accra Indie Film Fest, releasing their jury list about 2 days ago. And but before we talk about them or know who is on the jury list, I would like to read a little bit about what the Accra Indie Film Fest is about. For those who know about it or who have heard about it, it's generally a film festival for shorts, and it's sort of attracted talents from all over the world who have submitted their short films and to be part of the event. And for it's been in existence for about 7 years. And the founder for this particular event is none other than Ivan Egan. Sorry, Evan Egan. Sorry for butchering the name there, but Evan Egan has been the founder, and he's been doing great work for this to be in existence for about 7 years. That is really a yeoman's job, and I really commend him for that. So I'd like to read a little bit about who they are. You can check them on their website, but I also leave a link in the description below so that you can have the opportunity to read more about them. Now, about AIF, a platform of opportunities for indie filmmakers. Major film industries are built on a solid foundation which demands consistent practice for growth and development. One amazing avenue for learning and creative development in filmmaking is by the production of short films. Short film productions give the emerging filmmakers enough creative space to explore their artistry. Short film productions are the beginning of greater feature film productions. However, less attention is given to their relevance in the film industry. This is the foundation on which Accra Indie Film Fest is built. We deem it mandatory to provide an avenue for these young and vibrant filmmakers to find the need to explore and create beyond limits. We have achieved this and continue with the goal through education, organized events, funding, creative thinking and discovery, and high power affiliations to connect the live wire of the Ghanaian film industry to brighten its lights and shine as a world film platform for all filmmakers across the globe. Wow, that's a powerful pros there. Yeah, so if you get the opportunity to go onto their website, you would see more information there. Yeah, as you can even see on the screen at the moment, they've had over 4,000 plus films submitted into this festival, which is really amazing over the period of 7 years. And 50 of the films have been selected, and these films come from 200 countries. 200 countries. Wow, they've been doing I mean, such a good job, such a good job. And over the period of these 7 years, they've had about over 1,000 filmmakers participating in the event. So they've really been doing a good job, and I must commend Evan Egan and his team for doing such a tremendous job. So just as I've been drumming over a period of time, my platform is also an avenue to help promote or sound the good job of what filmmakers or film entrepreneurs have been doing, and Evan Egan have been one such person. Just to clarify, I don't know him personally, and none or nobody has contacted me to do this. But I feel like no, there's an opportunity to also speak and shine light on what they have been doing. I'm literally a little YouTuber who have barely just begun, so I don't know how far this will reach. But whether it's one person watching me or 1,000, I still want to make sure that I preach the good news of what people are doing in this film industry, and also talk about films in general, because that is what I'm passionate about. Yeah, so Evan Egan have been doing such a good job so far. I must admit I've not had opportunity to attend any of the events, but hopefully by God's grace, this very year I really want to attend and bring back such juicy, wonderful news to you, my audience. So yeah, this is what they have been doing over the past couple of years. And I'm glad because in the film industry, it is not everybody that needs to necessarily do a film. Yes, it's good if most can do films, but others also need to be in the background in organizing events such as this to support what filmmakers are doing. I'm sure if this has not been in existence, there wouldn't be a film festival that promotes short films. And the good thing is that it is not just meant for Ghanaians, but the way and manner he's designed it, it has roped in a lot of filmmakers from outside Ghana so that there can be a networking among filmmakers to help propel what Ghana even has for the world. So I'm glad he's been doing such a good job, and it's so amazing. So I really commend them and him and his team for doing such. So just to help now, let's go and talk a little bit about the filmmakers who, or the jury, sorry, the jury who would be gracing the occasion for the 2025 event. So, on your screen now at the moment is a list of this jury, and I like the makeup of this jury. They are not just Ghanaian or African filmmakers, but they are filmmakers from across the globe, and that is quite exciting. I like it because it helps bring different perspective of what this event is about, and what the filmmakers who are participants of the event to get different opinion from people from diverse backgrounds. And so I'm excited. I just have a little bit bio. I don't know them in details, but a little research I did, I was able to glean something that I think we can share and talk about. And you also, if you have the opportunity, you can visit Accra Indie FilmFest, either their website or their Instagram page, to take a look at these jury. And I'm sure that from since they released it about 2 days ago, it means that for the number of weeks or months left, they will be unveiling more information as we go along. So to start with, on your screen from your left to right, from the very first row, we have Omo Omoladun Adenuga. I hope I'm pronouncing right. Forgive me if I'm not. Omoladun Adenuga, Nigeria, and she is a producer and director who has a filmography produced Who Killed Carl Washington, and Can't Say Mother. Yeah. So this is some of, but just a little bit few of the productions that she has done. If you go to her IMDb page, you'll find more of the films that she's involved in. Also, the next is Info Ramathutu. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Info Ramathutu from South Africa, who is a producer. and her filmography is She Is King, and then Senzenina, which is I think translated What Have We Done? Senzenina, What Have We Done? Yeah, so she's also on IMDb. You can check her out. And we also have Tony Asankoma, who is also from Ghana, and he is Ghana's top film critic, also a film marketer, and also the founder of GHmovie.com. So yeah, this is from Ghana. He is from Ghana, and he's been doing a good job. Yeah. We also have Gorang Bhatt from USA, who is a producer, and his filmography is Nimbus and then Spash, a leprosy mission. Nimbus and Spash, a leprosy mission. Also from Ghana, we have Nicole Amatefio, who is a writer, director, producer, and her filmography. I mean, not so. Just to clarify, all these films I'm mentioning are not the exhaustive list of what they've done or they are part of. So please just take note of that. Yeah. So Nicola Matefio's filmography here is Baby Something or Before the Vows and An African City. All three she directed herself. All three she directed herself. We also have M. Saibu, a Ghanaian American from America, who is a writer and director. And this is his filmography: Adam the First, Hounds of the Western Gulf, Slumber Party Murders. All three he directed. All three he directed. We also have Ambrose B. Cook, who is Ghanaian living in Burkina Faso. He is a cinematographer, writer, and director. And this is his filmography. Pardon my French, but Les Banques Sur le Rivage du Lac. Les Banques Sur le Rivage du Lac. And then Petits Histoires Grands Verite. I think I butchered it, forgive me. Now, these two, he was the cinematographer on these two. And then the last that I've listed here is Liberté, of which he was a director for this particular film. And last but not the least, we have Sonia Forde from UK, who is a producer and an actress. And her filmography is Born Evil, of which she starred in. Born Evil, of which she starred in. So yes, this is quite exciting. I like the makeup of this jury, as I've said, because I'm sure they're going to bring different perspective based on the different cultures they are part of and their different experiences that they have to bring to bear. So yeah, I think they will do a good job in giving proper critique and analysis of the films that will be presented for this year's event and be able to rightly so bring out the very best for the event to showcase to the world. Yeah, so I'm excited as to what Accra Indie Film Fest will be doing this year, and hopefully I will be in attendance to participate and experience the event and bring back information to you, my audience. So yeah, this makes up my first story for the for the day. Now we all know about Robert Pattinson, and for those who do not know Robert Pattinson, if you've watched the Twilight, the Twilight, you would, I'm sure, know who I am talking about. So Robert Pattinson is one amazing director, sorry, amazing actor who actually has been in several movies dating back to the Harry Potters and then several other productions that you may not even be aware of. So I'm trying to pull up the an article which was published in the Hollywood Reporter. Yeah, an article which was published in the Hollywood Reporter, and I like to read a little bit about about it. Yeah, so on your screen, you have Robert Pattinson eyed for villain role in Dune Messiah, and there's an article published by Aaron Couch and Boris Kett on April 8th, 2025. The actor will join Timothy Chalamet in Denis Villeneuve's third and final Dune film. I read, Robert Pattinson may give Timothy Chalamet a hard time in Legendary's upcoming Dune Messiah. Sources say the actor has been circling the role of the chief villain in the film, one that is possibly Cetail or Cetail from Frank Herbert's books. No offer has been made to Pattinson, whose call sheet includes starring in the Batman sequel for Matt Reeves and appearing in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Like Nolan, Dune filmmaker Denis Villeneuve is known for attracting the world's top talent eager for a chance to work with the director. Dune and Dune Part 2 featured an all-star cast that included names such as Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, Austin Butler, Jason Momoa, and Josh Brolin, among many others. The first Dune release day and date on streaming in 2021 amid the pandemic and $410 million globally, while 2024's Dune 2 brought in 714 million and $600,000 globally. Published in 1969, Herbert's Messiah picked up 12 years after the events of Dune, with Paul Atreides ruling as emperor and married to Princess while maintaining a relationship with his concubine Chani. Dune Messiah is expected to film this summer ahead of a December 18, 2026 release date from Warner Brothers. Villeneuve has stated that this will be his final Dune film before he turns his attention to other projects. Legendary had no comment on the casting of Pattinson, who last starred in Mickey 17 for Warner Brothers. He is rep by WME, 3 Arts Entertainment, and Sloan Offer. Yeah, so this is an article that was published by the Hollywood Reporter, with regards to Robert Pattinson's participation in this film. So, for those who have watched a number of films that Robert Pattinson has starred in, we know that he really challenges himself. Most are possibly familiar with his films in or with his role in the films, the Twilight films, the coming of age, or rather, I may say, the young adult kind of film. So most people know him for that, but he also starred in the Harry Potter franchise and has done a lot of indie films that most people may not be aware of. And whilst doing these films, he honed his skills set in terms of being a very good actor than what people may have known him for in the Twilight films. And in recent years, he starred in Christopher Nolan's Tenet, and also he is set to be appearing in the film The Odyssey for the same Christopher Nolan. And the amazing thing is this: for both Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve, they are both auteur actors in their own right. And these auteur directors in their own right. And these directors seem to always attract the best of cast because of how their films are directed to almost perfection. Now, these directors have all brought some kind of skills into their directing that are, on an ordinary day a director may not even be able to do. All their films have been critically, acclaimed, and also box office successes. For Dune 1, because of the day and date release and the era of the pandemic, it didn't really gross as much as expected, but it did decent business in the box office. Same with Christopher Nolan's Tenet. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, and it actually ended up being the first film to have been released just at the edge of the end of the pandemic. So it it's expected definitely that it wouldn't make much box office. So even the amount it made, it was quite surprising for people because the most people didn't even think it could gross this much. Granted, if it had been in an era not affected by the pandemic, Tenet would have made indeed very good box office results. So yeah, for this article to be published that Robert Pattinson may be eyeing for a role in Denis Villeneuve film, the Dune Messiah, it is not surprising. As to whether it's true, we can't tell, but it is not surprising if indeed he is eyeing for a role in this particular movie. And for Robert Pattinson to be eyeing a role, I think for him to play a villain in Dune Messiah, it wouldn't be surprising because he has really honed his skill as an actor over the years. And if you've watched a number of his films, he's sort of played different characters with different complexities to them. So for him to put on the role of a villain, I don't think it will be a problem for him at all. If you watch his role in Batman in particular, you could almost liken it to a villain as he was very gruesome in terms of how he met out justice to criminals in the city of Gotham. So yes, I think it will be an exciting thing if actually we hear finally that he's been confirmed for the role of the villain in what we call Dune Messiah. So yes, personally, I would like to see him in that role to to see him play a different role altogether from the films that he's been doing of late. His recent film, Mickey 17, has him playing different versions of himself, but on a more lighter note or more funnier note than perhaps we know him to be doing. So yes, I'm excited about this, and I hope it's true. But if not, well, that would perhaps whoever would take that role may be also exciting to watch as well. But perhaps there's a truth to this very article, and then if he's finally confirmed, I'm sure that it will come with much excitement. And yes, he is indeed a box office draw. Looking at what he did with the Batman. Unfortunately, Mickey 17 has not pulled in enough box office receipts as compared to the Batman. But whatever be the case, it's still not done in its theatrical window. So perhaps we may get to know the it may break even and make a decent profit upon on the budget of Mickey 17. So, but I think you can never go wrong with Denis Villeneuve's films, which all makes good, decent box office money after its theatrical run. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing him in this role, and I hope he actually does so. So yeah, this actually sums up my the two stories for this very episode, and I'm glad you joined me for this very one for this very episode 14 for the film mandate. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'd like you to leave your comments in the comment section below and subscribe, and let's keep the conversation going. I'm Papa O2, and this has been the film mandate. See you tomorrow.